have covered, right? Then next I'll go to part 2, right? So I'll go to this, what you can say, part 2 of this, what you can say, IS code. So here you can see IS code, IS 1200 part 2 we have. So here they are given for concrete works. Here you can see it is for concrete works, right? Again same thing. What happens is, again they have given same thing, you see. Dimensions, how it has to be measured, booking dimensions, it has to be consistent sequence, works to be measured under different conditions, and what you can say measurement, what is the measurement of stages below ground level and above ground level separately it has to be taken. And we'll study regarding this cement concrete works, right? So that itself I have written it in a PPT that I will try to show you. Again same dimensioning what we have seen in, what you can say, excavation, same thing, we have 0.01 for length, what you can say. So here there is a slight change. What happens is that dimensions shall be measured to a nearest of 0.01 meters except for the thickness of the slab, which shall be measured to the nearest of 0.005 meters. 0.005 meters. Other dimensions, usually what we do, 0.01 meters itself will do measurements. But only when it comes to measurement of, what you can say, only thickness of slab. So we are going to have length, breadth and depth, right? So we are going to measure the volume. Length also same thing, 0.01 meter. Breadth also same thing, 0.01 meter. When it comes to, what you can say, thickness of the slab, it has to be measured to a, what you can say, nearest of 0.005 meters, right? So for example, if you have 125 mm, 0.125 meters, 130 mm, 135 mm, right? So in that way you have to do the measurements. Why? Because what happens is that if you see, slab area will be very large with small, what you can say, if you are going to round off this, so it is going to go on a higher side. Why? Because volume variation will be large. So therefore what they have specified is, so they have said that it has to be measured to a nearest unit of 0.05 meters. Again area and what you can say volume, what we calculate, it will remain same, that is 0.01 and 0.01 what you can say cubic meters, right? Then next is they have given the unit of measurement. Means if you are going to have any concrete works, how it has to be measured. Unless otherwise stated, all concrete works shall be measured in cubic meters. It shall be measured in cubic meters. So for example, if you are doing a calculation of, what you can say, footing concrete or column concrete or a beam or a slab or any concreting works you take, right? So what happens is that you have to measure it in cubic meters. That is what it is being given in the code book, right? Then next is works in plain, reinforced or pre-stressed concrete shall each be measured separately, right? So for example, if you have PCC works, so this plain concrete works means you have to measure separately. If you are going to have RCC works means you have to measure separately. If you are going to have pre-stressed concrete, that has to be measured separately. You cannot club this item of work. So RCC doesn't mean that everything will include plain or reinforced or PSC works. So if this is the case, separately it has to be measured. If this is the case, separately it has to be measured, right? Then next is that works in precast and cast in situ concrete shall be kept separate, right? If you are going to have precast or cast in situ, that has to be separately, it has to be calculated, right? Then next is that for bridges, dams, spillways, barrage and weirs, canal works, tunnel works, harbor, any structure you take, any building and all, so it has to be measured separately, whether it is cast in situ or precast. Separate measurements has to be done, whether it is plain, reinforced or pre-stressed concrete, doesn't matter, right? Then next is form work, right? So if you want to do the concreting and all, so we require form work also, right? It requires certain support. So initially if you see concrete, it will be like wet, right? So it will not be hard or it will not be dry, what you can say. The next is that it requires certain form work or support, right? So therefore whether it shall be inclusive or we have to measure separately. So that is what it is being given. Unless otherwise stated, formwork shall be measured separately. So formwork has to be measured separately and concrete work has to be measured separately. And formwork measurement has to be done as per IS 1200 part 5. As per part 5, this formwork has to be measured. Then next is finishes. For fair finishing of exposed surfaces of concrete, including hacking or roughening surfaces of concrete, shall be included in the description, right? So if you are going to have fair, sometimes what happens is that we are going to have exposed surfaces. Only they are going to have, like if you take any columns and all, circular columns and all, so as to look neat and clean, what they do, they are going to have like what you can say concrete surface finish itself. Again, they are not going to do plaster on that sometimes, right? So if it is that is the case, that has to be specified clearly, right? If you are going to do plastering and all, like hacking or roughening of the surface and all, so it shall be included in the description, right? Whichever types of finishes you have, that has to be clearly specified in the description. Special finishes other than those obtained through formwork shall be described and measured separately in square meters, right? So other than this, sometimes you have to have certain patterns also, which will be followed in what you can say form works, shuttering works and all. So if that is the case, that has to be measured separate, right? Then next is regarding the reinforcement. Regarding the reinforcement, unless otherwise stated, reinforcement shall be measured separately, right? So if you take any like for example, if you take any beam and all, what happens is that, so here you're going to have steel, right? Here you're going to have steel like this, somewhat like this, right? So what happens is that, so steel measurement has to be measured done separately. You cannot we are not going to club the item, right, unless otherwise stated. If they say it is both concrete and steel, they are inclusive, means they are in same item itself as per client, then you can do. Unless otherwise stated, it has to be measured separately. Means the reinforcement measurement, it has to be done as per IS 1200 part so and so, right? Where concrete and reinforcement are measured as a composite item, they shall be fully described, indicating that the supply of reinforcement is included in the item, right? So if you are going to club this concrete and reinforcement, then it has to be clearly described in the specification. If it is not specified clearly, then concrete has to be measured separately and this reinforcement has to be measured separately. Then next is special concretes, like concrete processed in special manner such as cooled, heated, cellular, expansive or heat resisting shall be fully described and measured separately. Right? Different types of concretes if you have, means it has to be described, fully described, and it has to be measured separately. You cannot club the item. Next comes is that when the deduction has to be done and when deductions shall not be done, right? So you have to remember this criteria. If you are going to do any, what you can say, concrete calculations, this criteria you have to remember. Most of the times in the interviews and all, this will be asked, right? So no deductions shall be made for the following, right? Opening up to 0.1 square meters or specified. So for example, now I will take one slab now. I will take one slab, right? So many times what happens that in the slab and all, we are going to have certain openings. We are going to have certain openings, right? If the area of this opening, if it is less than 0.1 meter square, if opening is less than 0.1 square meters, then we are not going to do any deduction. That means I will measure this total length, I will measure this total breadth, and I will take the total depth. So for this, I am not going to do any deduction. I will take that. Here also concreting is being done. Why? Because what happens is that if you are going to have certain openings and all, at this what you can say edges and all, it will be more time consuming. Formwork has to be placed, proper care has to be taken, right? It will be more time consuming. So therefore it will be equivalent to that itself. So therefore what they say is that if the opening, if it is less than 0.1 square meters, then there shall not be any deductions. If it is greater than, what you can say, if area what you can say area of opening is this much or this much big we have, if area is greater than 0.1 square meters, then deduction has to be done. Then deduction has to be done. You remember this criteria, very important, right? So whenever we are going to do any measurements and all, this we have to remember when we are going to do calculation for concrete works. Many times student they ask when we have to do deduction, when we should not do any deductions, right? So this is the criteria. Only if you remember this, more than sufficient for us to do the all the calculation of concrete works, right? The next thing is that volume occupied by the reinforcement, right? Just now I said that if you take this, what you can say, beam, so we have to have the reinforcement. top reinforcement, bottom reinforcement, extra reinforcement, here we have, right? So this when you are going to do calculation of this concrete quantity, we are going to take whole quantity, right? So you can ask me the question that, so here we have placed the reinforcement, right? So that much volume we have to deduct. Why? Because there we have not done concreting, right? So therefore what this says that volume occupied by the reinforcement shall not be deducted, right? How much reinforcement you want, you put. For that there will not be any deduction. There will not be any deduction, right? Volume occupied by pipes, conduits, sheeting, etc. not exceeding 100 centimeter squares each in cross-sectional area or as specified, right? So if you take any slab and all, right? So we are going to run what you can say electrical pipes and all, electrical, plumbing, like different pipes, if they may be running, right, in any concrete item, right? So if the what you can say if they are not exceeding 100 centimeter square area, right, and if the diameter what you can say area of that pipe is less than 100 centimeter squares in cross sectional area, then there will not be any deduction. If you are going to have large what you can say these drainage lines and all, you might have seen we are going to have large diameter pipes, right? So if that is running, then you have to do deductions in the concrete quantity. If the area is less than 100 centimeter square, no deduction, right? If it is greater than that, you have to do the deductions. Then next is small voids such as shaded portion in the figure 1. When these do not exceed 40 centimeter square each in cross section, right? So if you see now, this is a figure 1 which is being given in the code book itself. So like here, if you see, this is the portion. Here you can see the hatching now. So here this is the area now. So whether this area has to be deducted or not, you may have any shape, any different shape you may have, right? Any different shape you may have, right? So when these do not exceed 40 centimeter squares in cross sectional area, right? When you have small voids, when these do not exceed 40 centimeter squares in cross section, then we are not going to do deduction. If area, for example, only like half this much area we have now, larger area we have, then definitely we have to do the deduction. If it is less than this, no deduction. Greater than this, you have to do the deduction. So this much you can remember, right? So this much you can remember, right? So basically we'll come across this. So when you go for like any critical works and all, then you can have all these things what you can take, right? Then next is concrete in what you can say columns and beams. Concrete in columns and beams, right? So what happens is that now when we have to do concrete, means we have to do measurement of what you can say footing, beam, column, slab, everything. It will come under concrete works itself, right? So footing and all, like it will be on separate unit, we don't face any problem, right? So slab also easily we can do calculation, but problem comes is like beam and columns, from where till where we have to do the measurement. So this is also very important, you should remember. What happens is that columns shall be measured from top of the column base to the underside of first floor slab, and subsequently from top of floor slab to underside of floor slab, right? So for example, if you take now, this is one slab, right? This is one slab, right? So here what happens, this is another slab now. This is another slab, right? So here if you are going to have a column, right? Here if you are going to have a column, again we'll have column here at the bottom, and here you have the footing. Now here at the bottom you have the footing, right? So column shall be measured from top of the column base to the underside of, from here till here you can measure, again from here till here you have to measure, again from here till next point, right? How many stories you have, in that way you have to do the measurement. So you cannot take that column height from here till here directly, right? So in this way, if you take here, what happens that this will be extra, this will be extra, right? So this measurement, what we do, we are going to take this measurement in the slab quantity. We are going to take measurement in the slab quantity. So therefore from this till this, from here till here, we have to do the measurement. So you may ask me the question, what about this quantity? Column will run from here till here, total top. So what about this? So this concrete quantity will be measured in the slab quantity. It will be measured in the slab quantity, right? This you should remember. Then next is beams shall be measured from face of the column, face to face of columns, right? So for example, now if you take what you can say, we have what you can say, this is one column now, like this is the floor, this is one column, and here we have one column, right? So beam, what you can say, it is going to run from here till here, right? This is going to be the beam, and above this we may have the slab, above this we may have the slab, right? So now beam from where till where it has to be measured. So beam, what happens is that it has to be measured from this face till this face. Beams has to be measured from face to face of columns, right? So if you see this figure, once again I'll repeat how the column has to be measured, how the beam and slab has to be measured, right? So what happens is that here in this case, if you see, very simple, this slab quantity, how we are going to measure? Total slab we are going to take, total slab, out of dimensions we are going to take length, breadth and depth. So this portion will be covered, this portion, whole portion will be covered. That means this quantity we are going to measure as a slab quantity. Then next is column. So column quantity will be this, right? From what you can say, underside of this floor, this will be the what you can say column quantity, right? So you can say that beam will be coming here, reinforcement will be coming here, and here inside it will be reinforcement will be coming. But what happens is that when you are going to measure concrete quantity of this beam, so you have to measure from this face, you have to measure from this face till this face, right? Only this much has to be the beam quantity, right? So this will be the slab quantity, this will be slab, what you can say, column, this will be column, this will be beam, and this will be slab quantity, right? Column, from what you can say, subsequent floors we have to do the measurements. Beam, that is from face to face of the columns. And what you can say, another thing I forgot to say, the depth of the beams shall be measured from bottom of the slab to the bottom of the beam, right? So for example, if you have this as a slab, and again at the here you have the beam now, right? So beam reinforcement, it is going to run from here till here totally, right? So we are measuring concrete quantity, right? So therefore what should be the depth of the beam? The depth of the beam shall be measured from bottom of the slab. That means you have to do measurement from this face, bottom of the slab, to the bottom of the beam. So this will be the depth of the beam, this will be the depth of the beam. So we will not include this slab thickness. Why? Because in the slab everything concreting quantity will come, right? When it comes to the depth of the beam, it is from the bottom of the slab to the bottom of the beam, right? So sometimes what happens is we are going to have inverted beams, sometimes what happens is that if the flow height is very less, so that time what we do, we provide inverted beam. That means this will be the slab, and above this what happens is that above this we are going to have the beam, will be at the top, right? So this will be the beam, right? And this red color is nothing but this is the slab. Then next, in this case what happens is that it has to be measured, or you can say it shall be measured from top of the slab to the top of the beam, right? So this is the top of the slab now, this is the top of the beam. So this will be the depth of the beam now, right? In general, what you can remember, you should not include the thickness of the slab, whether it is regular beam or inverted, that much you can remember in general, right? So depth of the slab should not be considered while measuring the concrete quantity, right? So outer dimensions you have to take bottom of the slab to the bottom of the beam, or top of the slab to the top of the beam. You should not include the slab thickness, right? So that is the next is concrete in chhajjas we have, right? The chhajja shall be measured inclusive of bearings, right? It shall be inclusive of what you can say, bearings we have to measure. When chhajja is combined with a lintel, beam or a slab, it shall be measured as a clear projection, right? So for example, now this is the wall, and here we are going to have the chhajja now, right? So here if we are going to provide a lintel, or here you have provided the beam, right? So if this is the case, what happens is that only you have to note down this clear dimension, you should not take this thickness, or this what you can say, width or length, right? If that is not the case, then we have to measure inclusive of the bearing, right? When it is combined with lintel, beam or a slab, so only you have to measure the clear projection, right? So we'll come across this itself, right? So always we have to club it with what you can say, certain lintels and all, right? So if this is the case, only clear projection has to be taken, so as to do the measurement of chhajjas in the concrete. This should not be taken. Otherwise, the quantity gets doubled. So lintel also will do calculation, in charger also will do calculation.